Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we have some might be bad news for the upcoming summer 2021 DLC here in Grand Theft Auto Online, purely for the standpoint that I think players are just ready for it to be here and for us to get some exciting new content. Well, it might be a little bit. Rockstar said it's going to be coming in the summer, but summer is a long way away, and it doesn't end until late September, so Rockstar are in no rush to get this summer car culture update out, and I think it's very clear with what they've done over the last couple of days or so. And we actually heard from Rockstar Games insider Tez Funds to talk about this and how this could impact the next update. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So the other day he said this, well, looks like Rockstar is stretching out the new modes, releasing them possibly every 2 weeks, or maybe a little bit longer until we are closer to the DLC release. And remember, Rockstar announced that they were going to be basically giving us 3 new modes to tie us over until the summer update. And that was going to be the stunt racing stuff, which we got 2 weeks ago, the Deadline Return of the Shotaro mode, and then the Survival all new maps. And it sounded like those were going to be coming together. The only release date Rockstar gave us was obviously for the stunt races, which happened on May 27th, but they didn't give us a release date for Deadline or Survival. I don't know if those are supposed to come out at the same time or if they are not going to come out at the same time, but we didn't get a release date for either of those. But what Tez Funds 2 is saying here is that it could be a bit before these arrive, and that Rockstar will use these modes to stretch out the time before the next DLC ends up releasing. So for those of you guys that are expecting it to be like here tomorrow or next week, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it might release around the time the Los Santos Summer Special ended up coming out, which for those of you guys that don't remember, that ended up coming out in August of 2020. Now, I know we were dealing with like the pandemic and COVID and whatnot, but it was still like smack dab in the middle of the summer before that update ended up arriving. So because of that, I wouldn't expect it to be here anytime soon. Now, of course, there was more follow-up to this with someone saying that gives us about 10 weeks of drip feed left. Dear God, if Rockstar keeps maintaining this pace, we will have event weeks until August 12th. Worst of all is that I can definitely see them stretching this until there. With Tez Funds 2 saying there are only 5 cars left in the list, so that's about 5 weeks. Next week, we may receive the new Deadline adversary modes. Then on July 1st, we may receive the new survival modes. Afterwards, Rockstar would have to extend the last Podium Car list, and that would be available on July 8th for the span of 2 weeks until the 20th, or add 1 new car and extend that one until July 27th. So what he's saying here is that there probably isn't going to be 10 weeks left of no new content. That is about 2.5 months. That's a really long time. And so Tez Funds 2 is saying because there's only 5 cars left on the list, there's probably only about 5 weeks left until the new content. Maybe 1 or 2 weeks more if Rockstar decides to either add a new vehicle or extends one of the weeks for 2 weeks until July 20th. So I think obviously everyone here is hoping that this stuff comes sooner rather than later, but at a minimum, it's looking like it might be the middle of July, end of July, or beginning of August. Again, roughly right around when the Los Santos Summer Special update came out last year, before this new stuff is going to end up arriving. And then some more follow-up to that with someone saying, but correct me if I'm wrong, ... When Los Santos Summer Special and Cayo Perico Heist came out, there were some vehicles left on the podium list, right? With him saying, nope, I don't recall correctly, but I believe there was one update where there was one vehicle that remained unused. So basically what he's saying, for the most part, the next update will not arrive until the list of podium cars is down to 0. There was one update in particular, I think it might have been the Diamond Casino Heist, that there was one left over because it came right after the Diamond Casino and Resort, but I could be wrong on that. Either way, you really want it to go down to no vehicles before you would likely expect that sort of thing for the next update to arrive from Rockstar. But it is something we will monitor. It, again, is really no guarantee, but it is just something that we will end up following. Now, some of these have been released, but back on May 20th, this is what the list looked like. The Sultan RS, the Entity XF, the Entity XXR, which is this week, the Windsor Drop, and then add that to the Nero Custom, Hakachu Drag, and Tropos Rally. So those are the remaining ones. Again, Entity XXR coming out this week. So we have 5 left. And I also don't believe that those vehicles indicate a theme. I think they're just random and sort of new ones that Rockstar have chosen that have not been featured before. So I don't really think there's anything too much there to look into as far as the podium cars go. And as far as DLCs in general go, this is from Tez Funds 2. He said, Rockstar removed the unknown DLC packs a few minutes ago, one of which has a music label. I'm starting to believe those are tied with the expanded and enhanced edition, that it could receive new radio stations or a whole update to all the stations. It would make more sense that way. Plus, the fact that those unknown DLC packs are on PC kind of implies the PC version would have the expanded and enhanced treatment. So the reason we're talking about both of these is because I think that summer update is going to have to somewhat be close to the release date of expanded and enhanced GTA 5, because Rockstar has confirmed that that DLC will be getting exclusive content and features on the new version. So they couldn't make them too far apart, and maybe one of those would be the new radio stations. Now, it's kind of funny because today when I'm recording this video on June 4th, that was like the first day in which Rockstar had one of like their music albums coming out on their new record label, Circo Loco Records. The first like EP came out today on June 4th, so it is kind of funny we're talking about music altogether, but it looks like that could be a big part of the expanded and enhanced version and this new update. Just like music was a big part of the Cayo Perico heist with the music locker and all the DJs and whatnot. And then the last bit of follow-up, someone said, wasn't this confirmed already? With him saying Rockstar not including PC as a part of their recent announcement is raising some concerns for people. So I really do believe that the expanded and enhanced stuff is coming for PC as well. It would seem weird that Rockstar would like not include that big group of people that play their game, but they did fail to mention on their newswire. So just kind of something to think about right there. I really do hope the PC guys aren't left in the dust here, because I feel like there is going to be new content, and if it is like a new engine and stuff, that's obviously very exciting. So I would love to hear from you guys in those comments down below, even though what we talked about today might not necessarily come across as good news. I'm just trying to keep it real and realistic with you, that it's probably going to be a couple of weeks before this new update and the new content ends up arriving here in Grand Theft Auto Online. But as always, I would love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. Let me know what you think about everything we discussed in this video today and a whole lot more. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.